Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Gift of the Gab. I'm Tia,
And I'm Ben.
and in the words of Aunt Wendy, how you doing?
I don't know who's Aunt Wendy.
Wendy Williams.
Yeah, my one.
Whatever. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing spectacular.
You're not gonna make up a word for us today?
No, not today.
No, how come?
No, it's not everyday make-up words. Some days use words out the dictionary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, well,
Today's that day.
How's your week been?
Do you know what? It's been hot, and then it's been cold, and it's been hot, and then it's been cold.
Okay, that's how the weather's been.
Yeah, but that's how my week's been too.
Oh, hot and cold.
Hot and cold.
Okay, fair enough. Well, my week's been all right.
I didn't ask.
Oh, I'm asking myself. My week's been all right. Nothing really interesting going on. Actually, there has been some interesting developments this week. England, what? Go on.
Go on.
Oh, so we got more restrictions this week.
I know.
More COVID restrictions. Looks like we're heading in the direction of lockdowns if I guess people don't follow the guidance that's issued, because we're having a surge in cases, much like the rest of Europe. I noticed when Boris is talking about it, he loves to drop France and Spain in there.
Yeah.
He always drops them in there. He's like Donald Trump and dropping other countries in there as well.
Donald Trump is most likely, if not already, is going to drop Europe into it.
Oh, yeah. That's a
I'm
given.
pretty sure he's done it already.
Yeah, that's a given.
Almost certain.
Yeah, anyone he thinks is doing worse, even if they're not, he'll be like, and these guys.
Just makes up his own facts, doesn't he?
He does. It must be nice to just, be so oblivious to the world.
But as you say, you just have to do it with confidence.
Yeah.
Like, if you do anything with confidence, people will believe you.
Not anything. I mean,
what can't you do?
He can't be president, and he seems to have confidence, and he still makes a fool of himself. What else has been happening this week, apart from more COVID restrictions?
Well, we've just got the what day was it? A few days ago, we got the Breonna Taylor
verdict, I guess. Yeah, the grand jury indicted one officer on a charge of wanton endangerment. I had to figure out what wanton endangerment was first.
What does it mean? Inform us.
So wanton endangerment apparently is similar to like reckless endangerment, where you put other people's lives at risk without valuing human life. None of the officers, including him, received any charges, or they weren't indicted for anything relating to Breonna Taylor's actual death, because his charge was basically for shooting at the neighbor's wall.
So he shot Breonna Taylor, and what he was charged for was the shots that missed.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
And as understandably has caused a lot of frustration. When I saw it, like at first I saw officer charge, like quickly the BBC News app alerted me. I went to it. I was like, one, because I think it was 3 officers involved, at least 3 that were hoping to be charged with something relating to their death, but none of them were charged with anything. I head to the BBC News app, and then I read it, and then I was like, wanton endangerment. What the hell is wanton endangerment? like there's someone dead. Why is it not murder or something? Or even at the very least, manslaughter. But no, wanton endangerment is what they charged him with. And it was frustrating. It was frustrating to see. And I think I got most of my emotions out when I was talking to you about it. I was just tired of seeing it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, if it's frustrating for like you or me, just imagine like her family or other people who have been or are in that situation. And it's really just so sad to see how like you have other, and I'm not just talking about like white people, I'm talking about like people of like other, like even black people trying to justify the wanton whatever charge that they got, and they're like saying, oh, remember the boyfriend shot at the officers first.
You calling out?
Say all the facts.
What is his name? Blakely. Oh, what is his name? The NBA. He does reporting for NBA. Charles. Oh, Charles. Not Blakely. Oh, are you gonna pull it up for us? What is his name? Have you found it?
No.
You just put it into a random name for me. Well, whilst you find that, I'll continue. Well, yeah, people have been like trying to justify and say like, yeah, it's a fair charge. You know, the boyfriend did. Nah, if you enter someone's house with a no-knock warrant and they're protected by their Second Amendment rights, whatever they hold up every time guns are brought into question, and he defends himself thinking it's an intruder, like that doesn't. And the police are in like they that you found the name. Okay, Charles Barkley. Oh yeah. Well, he was if you endanger someone's life, I just don't see how they weren't charged with something more serious. All of them.
Yeah, and do you know what? It's just so funny how that couple. Do you remember when they were protesting and they went and held. They were going to someone else's house. They were walking past, and those couple with the gun. Were standing outside of their house, and Fox News, Donald Trump. He was even part of the whole rally thing. You know how they've got the DNC? What's Trump's one called? The Republican.
The RNC.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like spoke at the RNC.
Oh yeah.
And like they justified it. Trump justified the 17-year-old who shot dead protesters and said, you know, and the person on Fox News, I forget his name, said, you know, 17-year-olds, they do silly things.
Well, that's their plan. Their plan is to anger the people that they know is not going to agree with them and just fuel the fire of the people that do.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Like how can you justify that?
You can't.
They first of all, if anything, they should be in trouble for entering a house that they wasn't even supposed to be entering. And that's just like the foundation of that, if anything. Because they wasn't meant to actually go into that house. The warrant wasn't for that person, the boyfriend. Yeah. It wasn't for the boyfriend. And then what makes matters worse is the warrant that they were carrying out, the man had been arrested earlier on that day.
Yeah, it's
that's two wrongs.
It's just there's so many wrongs in that whole case. There's
that's
just
but that's two wrongs on just the basic levels.
It's just a needless death. Like yes.
Like without even considering their kids killed someone. Those their two kids? Things they killed.
Oh, I thought you said their kids killed someone.
Oh.
I think you did.
I don't think I said that.
Oh, okay.
No. Anyways, like, without considering that they killed Breonna Taylor, like, they were in the wrong place, and they didn't even need to be there. So not only were they in the wrong place, but they didn't even need to be there in the first place. They didn't need to be carrying out that warrant. So someone clearly isn't doing their job properly.
A lot of people aren't doing their job properly. I'm just tired of it. Like, I'm tired of seeing. I can only imagine what is the tension over there is, because I'm here and I'm feeling hot already, and it ain't just because the heater's on. And they tried to like blame it on the boyfriend at first. When I was watching an interview with Breonna Taylor's mum, they weren't telling her what's happened, and they were asking her, "Oh, have they been in an argument recently?" And da-da-da-da-da. Basically trying to see how they can pin it on him. When they realized that they had done something wrong, they immediately tried to cover it up. And that it just shows to their privilege that they knew, oh, we've killed someone, and there's a chance we might still get away with this, boys. Yeah. And it is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, like the level or like the sense of the level of life that people are living in the same. It can be living in the same country and have two different walks of life just because of the color of their skin.
Yeah, and that's what angers me about what Terry Crews was saying.
Don't even mention him. Right, even Charles Barkley really gonna make me swear on this podcast. Like, he really peeing me off as well. Like, what need is there? Oh, the boyfriend. Would you not, if you thought someone was breaking into your house, would you, and you legally own a gun and have the right to defend yourself? Would you?
No, you're just gonna lay there in bed, babe. He's just gonna lay there in bed.
Especially if his girlfriend is in the house.
Baby, don't worry. They're just gonna lay in bed. Continue laying in bed. Let them rub you. Let them. The thing is, you don't know who it is. You don't know who it is.
Yeah.
These people, which they did, had a gun.
And why are we listening to them? Because the police said this. They said they announced themselves. The boyfriend said they didn't, and the neighbor said the neighbor also disputes that the police announced themselves. Mm-hmm. They were carrying out a no-knock warrant. And why are we going to take the words of 3 incompetent fools who killed someone whilst they were in their bed and expect them to be telling the truth right now?
But a no-knock warrant means they don't have to knock. So that in itself tells them that...
Exactly. It's just they're trying to worm their way out, and they know that the justice system is on their side, especially over there. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it's ridiculous to watch. I think Bernie Sanders put it best yesterday. I forgot what he tweeted, but he was just said, like, it's a miscarriage of justice, and it just shows how racist the American justice system truly is. And it's like plain there for everyone to see. I don't think that this case would be even a question if that was a white woman in bed that was shot.
Not at all.
And the man is trying to defend himself. You'll see how, what is that, the NRA, the National Rifle Association, would be gathering to his defense, saying he was a Second Amendment, right? He was defending himself. You look at how they defended George Zimmerman after he killed someone who, when he was trying to go home to his own home in the neighborhood, whilst this guy is playing neighborhood watch. Yeah. I'm getting
Yeah. No, but it is so true. It's so true. If they were white, I
really don't believe
would it be the same? No, it wouldn't.
I really don't. And you can, if you listen to this and disagree, you just turn this off now. This ain't for you. I don't care if you don't agree. I'm not here to. I can't be bothered with you right now. I really cannot. It's really annoying. There is no other words. It's just how. If I was in that officer's shoes, I do not believe I would be getting a 1-ton endangerment charge if I had gone and shot a white lady in bed. No,
you probably wouldn't even know what 1 ton meant.
They would have thrown the book at me to kill me. That's what they would have done. They just would not treat this situation different if the roles were reversed. I strongly believe that. You can choose, whoever listening, choose to make up your own fairy tale in your head, but not today. No, not just.
But when you look at the facts of the situation, right?
Yeah.
You look at that. They wasn't supposed to be there. The warrant wasn't even for anyone who was living in the house. The guy who the warrant was for was arrested earlier on that day for something else. Like, you have to look at it and say, you know what? If they were black, if they were white, the actions that the police took were wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong. And then the fact that they're black means that they can, the police can get away with it.
Yeah. And the fact that it's I don't know what the process is. Long. Exactly. But do
you think it would have been like this if it didn't get media attention?
Oh no! What they were hoping is that it didn't get media attention, because if there is no media attention, like, it's good that people are still protesting and saying her name and making sure that it's always in public circulation, because that was, I think, their hope. They take it back to the station. Tell them this kind of happened, and then the station just sweeps it under the rug, and it becomes this. Oh, well, look at this. Or they try and dig into your past to discredit you and make you seem like the bad person, even though you were just in your home at the time doing nothing wrong. Like, they even tried to do that with that woman, that stupid police officer who walked into the wrong apartment and shot the guy in his own home.
Yeah, she thought it was her own.
And they tried to reason it for her. What? How?
But that one I don't understand. Because when you walk into your house, do you not realize, oh, this is not my house?
I do not.
Smells different.
Smells different. Looks there is just even if it's
different furniture.
Even if it's a carbon copy of the new home, you can walk into your a home with your eyes closed and know like the smell of your home. You know how your home looks. You know how the floors sound when you walk on them. There's just so many things that would be different. But your furniture
is different.
That is a story for another day. We could be on here. Just the miscarriages of justice is just ridiculous.
It is.
It's just ridiculous.
And especially in America, it just goes on and 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 on. And it's just a shame. And I really feel like, sorry, I know you were trying to finish, but
no, go ahead.
I really feel like, especially Donald Trump's people, they're getting so angry. They're getting so angry that we want the same as them. But when we're shouting like gun power, like in the Breonna Taylor situation where he used his gun and it was a registered gun, it's wrong. But if like in the situation where those the couple
brandishing their weapons,
it's right.
I thought it's like different rule for those people in society. It's a different rule, and it's especially clear over there. Like things happen here, but you're seeing like there's so you're seeing the fatal responses to things that's happening there, and it's really sad to see. And man, we're with you, man. Continue the protest, continue to make noise, because that is the only way. I know everyone's probably fed up of this 6-letter word change. We've been hoping for enough change, and we although progress has happened like from the past, it's not enough. Things need to improve. Things really need to improve. Like this is blatant in everybody's face, and I'm even nervous for what will actually happen with those 4 officers charged with George Floyd's death, like when that goes to trial and everything, how they'll manage to I'm nervous how they'll manage to worm their way out of that.
There's gonna be something.
There's always something like until they are either in jail, under the jail, whatever it is, like you don't know. You really don't know.
It is crazy though.
It's a crazy world we live in. It's a crazy world. Guys, if you're over there, just continue to stay strong. And our thoughts, our prayers and everything just goes out to Breonna Taylor, her family, friends, like everyone affected. Well, that's a heavy one, man.
That's a heavy one, yeah.
That is a real heavy one. Whatever heavy news we got, we might as well sink in this.
But yeah, no, if we're staying on the topic of shootings, then we might as well talk about Tory Lanez's album. Oh yes, his album. Well, you played me some songs off the album actually. So it just came out like 8:00 American time last night. So people have things to do, so we wasn't able to listen to the whole thing. So we just listened to one where he was like addressing the whole Megan.
Yeah, I want to see what he said.
The Stallion. What's her name?
Megan the Stallion. Meg the Stallion.
A stallion is a horse, right?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, back to what you're saying.
Sorry. I've lost my chain of thought.
Yeah, you were saying that you listened to the song to see what he would say about the situation with Meg the Stallion.
Yeah, and he was just addressing a few things, like what happened. So in the song Queen and Slim is when he was like addressing it. That's the only one that we properly listened to. So if he did address it in another song, we really don't know. But one of his lyrics said, "I took a wrong turn that night. Turn everybody thinks I wasn't the wrong one that night. You was just too drunk to even see it." So basically, he said something happened, but she was too drunk to even see what she did.
Yeah, and he also said in the song, and I'm gonna misquote him. I had it in my head. I was like saying it over and over again, but he didn't say anything specifically about shooting her, but he said something.
Well, like I think at the beginning of the song, because this was nearer to the end, the bit that I just quoted, he was saying that there's two sides to a story, and everyone just jumped to her side, and he didn't really want to put his side out there because he believed that she would call him and try to figure things out. So basically, what he's saying is that like he wanted to fix it because he's still in love with her, or he still loves her. I don't know.
Her homie, yeah.
I don't know if that means like in love with her as in like a relationship, or like as in friends. What do you think? Like, do you think they were like?
It seemed like he was treading a fine line. I thought maybe there was something going on, but it doesn't look like there's anything going on right now.
Well, that's for sure.
And understandably so. But I can't seem to find the lyric that he said, but he did mention like not something about not even if it was regret, but I really wish I could find it. I need to find it. I found it. So he said, yeah, and that ish I did, it was whack, and I'm assuming he's talking about what Meg has spoken on, that he allegedly shot her in the foot. And throughout the song, like he even mentioned another part, like he wasn't anticipating, and I'd never put you in no situation. Like throughout the song, he doesn't flat out like deny that he did what Meg said.
He does.
Does he deny like flat? Because for me, it was like he denies. It seemed like he was denying, like the reason that people are saying it happened or something, but he was also not fully saying like there wasn't like a line that I could pick out and be like, oh, I actually didn't shoot you and you are just telling a bold-faced lie. It didn't seem like that. And it went on to say, like, with my saying like what I said before, from what we've heard from Meg, like if everything is true, like there isn't like much you can say to justify it, whether you're drunk or whether she's drunk. Like I just don't see how he would be able to, or even in this song, justify his alleged actions. And for me, I was listening to it, and I wasn't. It didn't seem like it was a message. Well, I'm guessing it wasn't a message meant for us. It seemed like he was trying to talk to her, like, but this was the only outlet that he is able to reach her now, because it seems they're not on talking terms, obviously. But it seemed like more of a message to her, and like maybe she will understand things from it that the rest of the world won't pick up from it. But man, I still don't think it looks good.
I think from like what I've read, because I'm reading it, the lyrics as well as listening to it, it sounds like it wasn't. It sounds like she was heavily intoxicated and something else happened as well.
According to him.
And he's basically saying like, yeah, you remember one side of the story, whatever that side is, but you're not really remembering the other side, or basically what you did, whatever that was. So I'm not sure. I feel like I heard him say like, I don't know. I feel like he basically implied he didn't do it, but now I'm not sure.
Yeah, I got hints of that, but I didn't get like the flat out I didn't do it. Like that I would be in like when I'm putting in myself, like if I didn't do it, like I would want that to be known. But obviously, as you said, there sometimes might be legal reasons you can't say certain things.
Yeah.
But like I don't think, I'm not sure if this helped or not. I guess because what he's saying is that he isn't doing this for public to improve his public perception. Basically, he said it is what it is, but he wanted to talk to her but I was just saying, like, man, if you did really shoot her in the foot, there isn't. I just cannot see what you will say that will make it seem okay, because it just isn't.
In most situations, in a lot of situations, there are three sides to a story, and it does depend on what people remember and how people view the situation as well. And obviously there can be more sides because there's more witnesses. And sometimes in social media, it's whoever comes out with their story first.
I agree with that. I agree with that for sure. Like, sometimes you grabbing the mic first allows you to have an advantage. But the reason I'm not sure if even if there is, I'm just saying yes, there can be three sides to even this story, but I'm taking it even as you. If you were shot in the foot and you went out and said what Meg has said, and like, this person shot me in the foot, me knowing you, or me even not knowing you, I'm gonna find it hard to think, oh, like, there's a justifiable reason for shooting a woman in the foot. Like,
oh no, that's not what I'm saying at all.
But I feel like that you tread in a fine line, because right now, obviously, we don't know exactly what happened. None of us is there. But I also don't want to. I try not to tread the fine line. For me personally, it's not looking good for Tory. Whether there's three sides to the story or whatnot, until more information is known. As you said, sometimes like public going out first and being able to say what you say can change perception. But if he did shoot her in the foot, whatever the justification was, I don't know, someone's gonna have to bring a new justification for it to be like even reasonable in my head. Like, I'm just not seeing a reason, like, with all the surrounding stories that I've heard or that have been reported, or even about like his text that he sent that night to her. It just sort of contradicts some of what we're hearing.
I would just love to hear what his side is.
I think it doesn't look good for Tory. Was even with the song and what he's saying.
But what if, and I'm just playing devil advocate. Oh my goodness, I'm just playing devil's advocate again. Like, what if he came out first, right? And I don't know, like, I don't even know, like, a reason.
But that's exactly what I'm touching on.
Let's say, like, they got in a fight or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying a fight over the gun or whatever, and the thing just went off.
Then he should say that. He should come on his platform and say that. Or what if he wants to say that, and what if, I'm not going to give him a what if, because Megan's told her side. He's come on and tiptoed around his side of the story. Not
really, because
personally to me, that's what he's done. He hasn't been direct in saying what it is, and it's none of our business.
Exactly.
But if you're putting something in for public consumption, people are going to have an opinion on it.
But he only just to be fair on him, he's only just put this out last night, so he could come out with another interview and whatever. I don't know.
But he's only just. How long has this incident been brewing?
Well, he said in there 2 months, nearly 2 months.
Exactly. So
has it been that long?
It's been for some time in quarantine, actually. It was quite a few episodes ago. But even still,
quarantine.
Even still, Meg has said her side, and to me, he has, like, he don't need to say his side if he doesn't want to. But if his aim is to improve his public perception, I'm saying right now it still doesn't look good for him.
And not everything is for social media.
And not everything is for social media. And the reason I was saying right now, when you were struggling to come up with a situation, or what if they were arguing with the gun, and what if this and what if that, it's like, if it's a what if, then if that's the what if, then that's for him or court to determine what to say.
Even with her story, there's still a lot of what ifs.
There is a lot of what ifs, but she at least, like,
she didn't. She just said
she said he shot
her, but she didn't say any other context.
That is right now. As I'm saying, coming from my thing, I don't know what the shooting was over, but it just doesn't seem good to shoot a woman. That
to shoot anyone,
especially, but for a guy to shoot a woman, it's even
for anyone to shoot anyone.
For anyone to shoot anyone, but I'm gonna be honest, for a guy to shoot a woman, it seems even worse. You can call it what you want to call it, and whatnot. It's the same reason it seems worse for like when a man hits a man versus when a man hits a woman. There's a different, whatever you want to for shoot anyone, but you know when a guy hits a girl, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying in that situation. That right now, as you said, it's not by force that he needs to come and say anything. He don't owe nothing to me. I ain't know that. I don't know him. We don't owe anything to any of us apart from him and Meg. I think if his aim was to improve his perception, the perception of himself, I'm not sure if he managed to achieve that.
I don't think so. I feel like it was more of a love note to Meg or whatever. Don't you think?
That's why I said it sounded like a conversation to her.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't for people. He knew people would listen to it, but it sounds like Meg's not talking to him. And this is like, this is how I reach her. Because
I think you said it as well. Like some of it was like, if you know, then you know.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, like then.
And I'm not saying like either of them like their side can be thing. I'm just saying from what I have seen right now, it's still the water is still looking murky towards his side, but I don't know what his side is, so I can't be like guilty as charged. But for me to like even think of what ifs, I'm like, oh, what if this happened? What if that happened? There's not many what ifs that I can think to justify it, and it just seems a bit inexcusable. But people are drawn more to like negative things than they are to, I think, positive.
I guess so.
And it's just, I guess that's how the news sells.
That's what Trump is doing.
Exactly. So, and if they need to sort that out in private, then that Meghan was the one who was hurt in the situation where she was the one who was shot. From what I know, Tory wasn't shot. So even though she's been walking and stuff, like they're taking gunshot to the foot. Even if you're walking, ain't nothing. I wouldn't. No. You just hope that it ends okay. If he did something terrible, I don't want to be listening to his music. And
it's the same way I won't listen to what's his face, R. Kelly.
If he came out and admit, I did this and I did this bad thing, you would feel like, well, I don't want to be supporting them. But as he said as well, and as you said, we don't know everything. That's been. I was about to wrap it up. That's been a heavy episode. See you later, guys. But no. We've got some more for you.
Some more?
We've got some more situations. Hopefully, try and brighten the mood a little.
Brighten the mood.
Got some dilemmas from Twitter, courtesy of 6 Brown Chicks as well.
6 Brown Chicks. Do
you want to head into it?
Go on then.
Okay. An auntie. Okay, this is in a question form. Auntie, 48, but looks very good for her age, closed her beauty shop and launched her OnlyFans account. My unemployed boyfriend has been spending our money on her. He says he's supporting her, but I think there's more to it. Also, she has no tendencies. Oh, she has hoe tendencies. Sorry, read that wrong. Advice.
I wonder how old she is, but she's 48.
Yeah.
His auntie? Do you think it's his auntie?
His or her auntie. She's not specific.
Auntie, 48, but looks very good for her age.
Is it her auntie? Let's answer it.
And
how do you want to answer
why
it?
does she have to mention that her boyfriend's unemployed? Why is she dragging him out like that?
Well, clearly she's dragging him out like that because he's supporting the auntie's OnlyFans page. That should be the first question.
I guess so. You don't have no money.
No, the fact that you're on your auntie's OnlyFans page. You know what OnlyFans is?
Oh, yeah, that too. Well, I was thinking money-wise.
There's more pressing situations right now, whether he's on his own auntie's OnlyFans page or whether he's on her auntie's OnlyFans page.
It must be her auntie, because who wants to look at their auntie like that?
Well, some people are sick.
And
I wouldn't be looking in their OnlyFans.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be on OnlyFans anyways.
I might be. In a hypothetical
situation. You? Does the hypothetical situation include me? I don't think so.
This is hypothetical. Who knows what it includes?
I know.
Or maybe I'm a content creator over there, showing my toesy woesies.
Your toes?
My toesy woesies.
Not your toes.
My toes are all right. My toes are all right. They're there. I got 10 of them.
We'll post it on Instagram.
Why would I post my feet on Instagram?
Because let's not even get into that. I don't even be posted. Let's not get into the conversation.
Yeah, let's get into the conversation. Drag my toes if you want.
But yeah, I don't know. I just feel if it's not his blood auntie, like let's say it's her auntie, it's a little less sickening than like it being like your mum's sister and you're I don't know, like I just
Thank you for your thoughts on this. we weren't sure.
Sorry,
we weren't sure if it was a bad thing.
Like I'm just sorry. Like how can you watch it and enjoy? Like if it was your mum's sister, let's say, like she wiped your ass at one point. It's just not when you look at it like that. Oof.
Yes, it is bad. What is your advice, most importantly?
Oh, sorry, I just forgot about the advice. The advice: she needs to break up with him. He's nasty, and he needs to get a job. First of all, what does he need to be doing supporting OnlyFans when he's unemployed? What he should be doing on his computer is applying for jobs.
That's
true. What he should be doing.
But maybe he's trying to become her brand manager for OnlyFans.
No. And she's 48. I mean, in
what's wrong with 48?
That's not very old, but OnlyFans at 48?
Yeah, there's older people like that on OnlyFans. You just got a closed mind.
Wow.
Why should OnlyFans be reserved for young people? Why?
I think
old people get horny too. Why isn't OnlyFans for the 48 age group?
I feel like they're past that.
Why do you feel like they passed that?
Like it's past not for their age group. That's what I feel.
You sound like you dancing around the lines.
No, I just feel like it's not for their age group.
All right, you calling them old. Anyway, next question. A woman sent my husband nasty text and he said it was a wrong number. Oh, nasty text, not nasty text. He texted her back and I caught him in a lie. He says that my insecurity is ruining us and he can F who he wants cause he pays all the bills. Advice.
Him.
What's your advice?
F him.
Okay. Well, I think that's some fair advice. Or there is an or to this. What's the or? Do you know the or?
No. You need to get rid of him. A man that thinks he can do and say as he pleases because he pays all the bills.
Or you could just chip in for the bills.
No, because that's a controlling man. He feels like he can just do what he wants and say what he wants.
But since you like what if situations, let me play devil's advocate.
Okay.
What if she's just lying around like a sloth, not doing anything? It's like he's busting his ass and paying all these bills, and then he's coming home and she's like, "Oh, get away from me." And he's like,
that's the situation that he's put himself in.
So why does it?
He knew that she was a sloth from day one.
See, I think your best situation, either chip in for the bills and be like, I pay bills too, I'm gonna do what you do, or do that anyway and don't pay the bills. Either way, just do what you want.
She didn't say what he texted her though. That would have been interesting to know. And it wasn't a wrong number, my dear. That was the right number that he said was the wrong number.
Okay. Next question. My ex stopped returning my texts. My baby needed milk and Pampers while he was spending his money and flexing with TikTok hoes. So I firebombed his work truck.
Firebombed? What's that?
You know that video of that girl who got...
Oh, yes.
taken out. He got fired and he's scared because he thinks gangs did it. Confessed, I hate to see him worry like this.
Idiot. You know, sometimes before you do stuff, you've got to think, what is the outcome of this? Right? Her baby needs milk and Pampers. That means, first of all, she's broke. Ish. She's broke-ish, you know. She's broke-ish. Not completely broke, but broke-ish. And now, the only person who could have got it, you've gone and helped him lose his job. That didn't help no situation.
Yeah.
Now you've gone from brokish to broke.
But she's asking you what his advice is. Should she tell him?
Oh. No.
She hates to see him worry like this.
No.
Well, first of all, why do you need your ex to provide you with stuff for your baby?
If they're not baby.
But she didn't say like it's his, she said my ex.
I guess.
She didn't say it's like the baby's dad. Because she would have mentioned that if
my baby needed.
Yeah, it's her baby. This is her ex. Why does he now need to come and provide for her after she set his truck on fire?
Well, that was first. The providing was first, and then she got angry and set it on fire. Because
he was flirting with. He was spending his money and flexing with TikTok hoes. He was just showing that he had money, and now she went and took away that money. And now she's like, oh, but I need that for my baby.
Yeah, now she has no money.
Well,
like
you played yourself.
You did play yourself.
And
I wouldn't confess either because you would double play yourself.
I think you should confess. I think you should confess and say it's her ex now. She already left him.
Listen, I don't think that's a good idea.
Because now you've allowed him to. You cost him his job, and now he's petrified that there's a gang out after him. And you're just going to let him sit in this knowing what you did. I think you've let him sit in it enough. Just confess. You're already broken up and you're not getting money. It's not going to get worse from here.
It might get worse as in, like, he might, like, I don't know what he would, like, how he would retaliate. Because now you've scared him. You've cost him his job.
All right. You need to come up with another story to put him at ease that it's not a gang.
Yeah.
At least.
But not properly confess.
But you do what you want.
Yeah, and sometimes revenge is not the best thing. Because now you can't live in your truth.
Is it?
True. Yeah. I feel like she shouldn't confess. Because it will probably make things worse. Especially if he is the baby dad.
What's the saying? Honesty is the best policy.
It is true.
Sometimes it gets hard to keep up with lies.
Mm-hmm.
She might slip up, go firebomb someone else's car, and then mix up the stories, and now she's caught in a lie. Well, the first thing, you had the right to be angry and upset, but you gotta think these things through, because your actions.
I mean, you couldn't burn his top or something.
Your actions now went and caused a whole heap of trouble.
Effect. Yeah.
Well, you were both in the wrong, and now you're even more so. And now you're both suffering for it. Sucks to be you. That's my advice. I hope you and your baby are well, and you get them nappies and stuff.
And the milk.
But hopefully calm down on the arson. And
she could have been arrested. She better not say anything.
Yes, yeah.
Imagine he didn't call the police.
Well, that was her silly move, wasn't it?
Now her baby will have no milk, no Pampers, and no mother.
Well, this is true.
Oh gosh, sucks to be you.
Well, yeah. Best advice probably not to follow our advice, but run. I don't know. Just convince him. I don't know.
He don't know it's her.
Just maybe say another story that doesn't indict you, and keep it pushing. Mind at ease. Yeah, keep it pushing. You did your wrong.
I wonder if she ended up getting the milk and the Pampers in the end.
Maybe. She must have, right?
Probably not. He's lost his job.
Well, she could have money. She's independent.
Then why didn't she buy the milk and the Pampers the first place?
I don't know why she didn't buy it. Well, it's her ex now, so she has to buy it.
Were they exes at the time?
I don't know. It just said my ex stopped returning my texts.
Yeah, my ex. Otherwise, she would have said my boyfriend at the time stopped returning my texts.
Oh, this brings... So, first of all, whilst this guy is her ex, he's on... He didn't do anything wrong.
No.
He didn't do anything wrong because he was his ex and he was on TikTok doing what he was doing, and it's his own life.
Yeah.
And because he wasn't providing for a baby that's not even his, I don't think, by the way you're wording this, you set his work car on fire. You completely in the wrong. You need to tell him, what else have you got for us? You got our quote of the day?
Right. The quote of the week is, you can fool all the people some of the times, and some of the people all the time, but you can't fool all the people all of the time.
Who's that from?
Abraham Lincoln.
All right. And that's been it. That's been another episode 15. Did you say that at the beginning?
I think I said 14,
Well, it's 15, guys. Episode 15 of The Gift of the Gab. That may be because you missed one episode. You're one behind.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm going to take that.
Yeah. Episode 15 of The Gift of the Gab. You can find us everywhere podcasts are found, and find us on all social media at BT Smalltalk. Engage with us, interact, and we'll continue to produce more content. And maybe if we start to grow and more things of the sort, you'll even see our lovely faces, which you get to see every time, but in cartoon form. Thank you for listening. Adios, guys.
Amigos.
Ciao.